So, who is in my Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame class of 2000? Up first, Bobby the Brain Heenan. There is only one Bobby the Brain Heenan. Considered by many to be the greatest manager of all time, he led many of his men to championship gold. Once he retired from managing, he would go on to become one of the greatest commentators of all time. His pairing with Gorilla Monsoon was legendary. The Weasel won PWI's Manager of the Year award 4 times. Up next, Bret the Hitman Hart. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. One of the greatest technical wrestlers ever to lace up the boots. The excellence of execution. He's a former World, Tag, Intercontinental, and U.S. champion. He was a Triple Crown champion in 2 different promotions, former King of the Ring, and a Royal Rumble winner. And he won PWI's Comeback of the Year, Feud of the Year twice with Jerry Lawler and Owen Hart, Match of the Year 3 times with British Bulldog, HBK, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, Most Hated of the Year, and Most Inspirational of the Year awards. He also ranked number 1 in PWI's Top 500 2 years in a row. On this channel, he's a former 5-time Top Wrestler champion, and he was ranked in the top 10 3 times, placing at number 1 in '97. And since he has won the Top Wrestler, placed in the top 10, and is now in the Hall of Fame, he has now entered the exclusive Triple Diamond Club, the only inductee this year. And it should go without saying, Bret Hart is the head of the class this year. Up next, Classy Freddie Blassie. The Hollywood fashion play Freddie Blassie was a former wrestler, but most modern wrestling fans know him as one of the greatest wrestling managers of all time. He led his men to championship gold, and with his trusty cane, he never had any issues getting his hands dirty. A true legend of the sport. He's a WWF Hall of Famer and won the PWI Stanley Weston Award. Up next, Jake the Snake Roberts. What can I say about the legend that hasn't already been said? Smooth and sinister. Master of mind games. Wildly popular. Damien. Overcame his demons. Now he's in my Hall of Fame. Jake won PWI's Inspirational Wrestler of the Year award, and on this channel he was ranked in our top 10. Up next, Jesse Ventura. Jesse the Body Ventura, one of the greatest commentators ever. His pairing with Gorilla Monsoon was legendary. What made Jesse great was that he told it how it was. Navy SEAL, pro wrestler, actor, and now governor. There is only one Jesse Ventura. Ventura is a former tag team champion. Up next, Ming. One of the most feared and toughest men in the business. Solid singles wrestler, better tag team wrestler with tag teams like the Islanders, Colossal Connection, and the Faces of Fear. He's a former tag champion, hardcore champion, and was ranked 92 in PWI's Top 500 in '95. Up next, Mike Rotunda. Mike Rotundo was always a very well-rounded technical wrestler, no matter if he was in a varsity jacket, wearing a captain's hat, carrying a briefcase, or wearing a suit. Mike, IRS, Michael Wall Street, would always give you his best. He's a former 6-time tag champion, TV champion, and was ranked 26 in PWI's Top 500. Up next, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat is just an incredible athlete. Think back to the legendary matches he had against the Macho Man Randy Savage or Ric Flair. A proud family man and one of the few to always be a good guy. He always had a unique style that combined high flying with a sound technical game and some martial arts thrown in. He's a former World, Tag, U.S., Intercontinental, and TV champ. He won PWI's Rookie of the Year, Tag Team of the Year with Paul Jones, Match of the Year twice, Savage and Flair, and the Stanley Weston Award. In 1992, he was ranked number 6 in PWI's Top 500, and we have ranked him 4 times in our top 10. Up next, Terry Funk. Middle-aged and crazy. Hardcore icon, hardcore legend. King of the Death Match. All terms to describe Terry Funk. From the Funk Wrestling family, this former world champion has always been tough as nails. He helped pioneer hardcore wrestling, and even at an older age, he shows no signs of slowing down. He's a former world, tag, US, TV, and hardcore champion. He won the Wrestler of the Year, Feud of the Year with Ric Flair, and Most Inspirational Wrestler of the Year awards. He ranked 22 in the PWI's Top 500, and he was inducted into WCW's Hall of Fame. And finally, we ranked him in our top 10 as well. And finally, Tito Santana. Tito Santana has been a mainstay in the WWF for years. In his early years, he found success as Intercontinental Champion before forming an equally successful tag team with Rick Martel called Strikeforce. As the years went on, he was always a solid mid-carder, and on occasion would even flirt with the main event. Towards the end of his run, we would see him behind the Spanish announce table as a commentator. In addition to his IC title, he also is a former former tag champion. He won the Tag Team of the Year award with Ivan Putski, and he was ranked number 51 in PWI's Top 500. And he made our top 10 as well. So congratulations, class of 2000.